Hi, my name is Jonathan from the Residential Tenancies Board's Registration and Customer Service team. Today I'm going to talk you through how to register your tenancy online. These steps are mostly the same if you are registering for the first time or if you're renewing a tenancy registration. We will look at some of the small differences for a renewal at the end of the webinar. Before you begin, go to RTB.ie and click on the button at the top of the page to create an RTB online account. Once your account has been verified, you're ready to begin the registration process. From the RTB homepage, click My Account. Here you're going to enter the email address and password used when you created your RTB online account. Once you're logged in, you can check your My Profile details to ensure that they are up to date. These details will be used during the registration process. Now you're ready to create your new registration following 8 easy steps. If you are renewing an ongoing registration, you can do so in the Manage Existing Registration screen. For step 1, you're going to confirm whether you're a landlord or an agent acting on behalf of a landlord for this tenancy. When you're ready, click Next. Step 2 is where you'll confirm your details as a landlord. These details are taken from your RTB online account. If you need to check these details, click the View Edit button. From here, you can add the second landlord's details. When that's done, click Submit. Step 3 is the dwelling details. First, enter the tenancy commencement date and confirm if the tenancy is ongoing. Next, you're going to search for the address using the address lookup box. You can start typing the address or enter the error code. Select the correct address from the list once it appears. If the address is located within a rent pressure zone, a pop-up will appear to let you know that rents cannot exceed the amount permitted by law. Select Continue when you're ready. The address details will be auto-populated onto your application, including error code and local authority. Now you need to confirm the dwelling type, the property type, how many bedrooms are in the dwelling, and how many bed spaces are in the dwelling. Then you will include the overall floor area and your BER certificate details. If you need to save your application for later while you go and grab your BER certificate, you can do so at any time by clicking the Save Draft and Return to Dashboard button. Your draft will be found in your Manage Registration screen and will stay there for 60 days. If you don't complete your draft application, it will be deleted from your account after 60 days. So don't forget to come back and complete your application or you might be charged late fees. Click Next to continue. Step 4 is the tenancy details. Here you will enter the rent amount, whether you're applying for an RPZ rent exemption, and how often the rent is paid. If a deposit was paid, you will also put in the deposit amount and whether this is a fixed term tenancy. Next, you will add how many occupants live in the dwelling over the age of 18 and how many occupants are under the age of 18. Lastly, select the utilities that are paid for by the tenant. If there are any others such as broadband or parking, you can add them to the text box below. When you're ready to proceed, click Next. Step 5 is the tenant details. To add a tenant to the registration, click Add Tenant. Input the tenant's name, PPS number, date of birth and contact information. Then click Submit. Click Add Tenant again if you need to add more tenants to the registration. Once all tenants have been added to the registration application, click Next. In Step 6, you can add any roles other than landlords and tenants to the registration, such as an agent or management company. If you do need to add an agent or management company, click Add Role. Select whether the new role is an agent or management company and whether they are an individual, a company or a business. Then fill out all relevant details for the new role and click Submit. Once all roles have been added to the tenancy, click Next. In Step 7, you will review all the information you provided on your registration application. Review the dwelling details, tenancy details, landlord and tenant details, and the details of any roles you've added to the application. Once you're happy that all the information you provided is correct, click Continue. Step 8 is the declaration. Take your time to read all the information on screen, and once you're happy that the information you provided on your application is correct, tick I agree and click Pay Now to proceed to the payment page. Once you've completed your registration, select your preferred payment option. You can pay by card, PayPal or SEPA bank transfer. If you choose PayPal or SEPA, you will be logged out of your RTB account and will need to log back in again after you complete the payment process. If you choose card, fill in your card details and click Pay. Once your payment is confirmed, we will email a receipt to you. You can also see all your receipts in the Receipts section at the top of the page. To return to your registrations, click Return to Manage Registrations. You will see the status of your registration as registration paid. This does not mean that the tenancy has been registered yet. We will complete a check on the registration application to make sure that the information you provided is correct. Once we have fully processed your tenancy registration and you have paid the registration fee, we will send a letter to you and the tenants listed on the registration confirming that the tenancy has been registered. We will send the letters by email or post, depending on the preferred method of communication you selected when you set up your RTB account. You can view your confirmation letter in the documents section of your account. Usually we send confirmation letters to the tenants by post. The confirmation letter will include your registered tenancy number, known as your RT number. So what happens when you're renewing your tenancy registration? You must re-register your tenancy with the RTB every year on the anniversary of the tenancy start date. The process is the same as when you registered the new tenancy online. Begin by logging into your account and checking that your details are up to date. Next, select Manage Registrations. The next registration date column shows the date when the tenancy's next registration is due. If registrations are due, the status will be Pending Registration. If you have a lot of tenancies, you can filter the page using the next registration date or status columns to see what is due for renewal. If a tenancy is due for renewal, click the Register button next to it to begin the registration process. You then complete the same steps as we described to register a new tenancy. This time though, the tenancy information is already populated from your last registration. You can check and change details using the View Edit button. If you have carried out a rent review, you must enter the new rent details during Step 4, Tenancy Details. Thank you for watching our webinar on how to register a tenancy. I hope you found it useful. For more information on rental law and RTB services, please visit RTB.ie.